Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today I have to share with you a new video in the Pfaff Quilt Expression 720 series. You'll find here on the channel a playlist with other videos that I made about my sewing machine. I just want to start by saying that these videos, they are by no means sponsored by Pfaff. I get no payment whatsoever for making these videos, which is kind of a pity, but I just want to share with you why I like this machine so much. And in this video I hope you get some useful information about the presser fit that I'm using the most. And as a bonus I'm going to share with you 3 ones that I'm not using as often, but they are doing a really good job. And one of them is a new one that I did not even know that is on the market, but it's a really great one. And I'm just going to say that is helping to get really nice top stitching. And as you might know, I'm a really big fan of top stitching, making denim dresses and jeans. And the presser fit that I'm going to share with you today is a really great one. So if you're new on the channel, please consider subscribing to my channel and put your notifications on for further videos. And with that being said, I'm just going to move the cam and I'm going to show you this really nice presser fit, and I hope you get some useful information from this video. Enjoy! So my first foot, the one that I'm actually using also the most, is foot 1A, and actually the machine has as a standard foot the 0A1. But this one I'm not using so much. This one is the standard one. As you can see, it has a flat here back. It has an opening for the IDT system on your 720. But this one is not the one that I'm using the most. The one that I like the most is the 1A foot. And you can see this one is, I think I let it fall and it did break a little bit. But I just bought a new one, shiny new one, this one. And why I like so much this foot? This one is actually made for, especially for decorative stitches. And it has here in the back, as you can see, an extra, how should I say, cut. This one here, to allow for a little bit thicker stitches, you know, if you would make like those fancy stitches. So this one is going to allow for more thickness under the presser foot. I like it because of course it has the IDT opening here, and this one has some really nice markings that I can use very easily. It has one line here just next to the center. The red one here in the middle is the center where the needle is coming, in the center. And then you have here one line, or actually is in the plastic, and then I have here the red one, and then of course I can follow this one where the metal meets the, where this metal leg is finishing. Let me see, how can I keep it? Oops. And I'm going to let it here, and it has, I can really follow left and right. Is a really useful foot. So foot 1A, you could give it a try, not only for fancy stitches, the name is the fancy foot or something like that, but actually for all my seaming I'm using this foot. This is my preferred one, the foot 1A. The next one is actually also one that I'm using a lot, is of course the zipper foot. And this is the standard foot that is coming with the machine, the zipper foot, and this is the front part, and it has here 2 openings, because depending on which side of your zipper you must sew, you can put this one to the right or to the left, and you have here the openings to be able to use your IDT system with your zipper foot, and I'm always using that because I think it's fitting the zipper together with the fabric much evenly, and it's really nice to use. So this is the normal zipper foot, and this is the front of the foot, and this is the back. You have two openings here because like this you can use your IDT system. I did see some people using it backwards, so like so. But if you are using it like this, I never used it. Of course, you cannot use your IDT system. That needs to come in an opening here in the back. So the correct way to use this foot is like so. It's a really, really great foot. And as at the end of the video, you will see another zipper foot that I'm using with this machine now, one that I discovered recently. But this one is working really great and is a standard foot on the 720. The next foot that I use a lot, and this one is not a standard foot, which is a pity, and I don't really know why, because it is something that a lot of people are using, is the invisible zipper foot. And this is an original Pfaff, of course. It's plastic, and as you can see, or at least I hope you can see because it's really transparent. So it's attaching like this. This is the front of the foot and this is the back. On this one you cannot use the IDT because there is no opening here in the back. But the idea is, of course, that this little thing in the middle here, I hope you can see it, this runs next to the teeth of the zipper, and like this you can come really, really close to the zipper teeth and make a perfect invisible zipper. I have a tutorial here on the channel on an invisible zipper, but I'm not sure if I was using the 720 at the time, but I can make another one. And I'm always using this together. First I'm putting the zipper with the normal zipper foot because I have the option for the IDT, so I can put it really nice and evenly. And then I'm coming with the invisible zipper foot really close to the teeth, and I'm always getting really, really nice invisible zippers. So the invisible zipper foot, that is an extra foot that it doesn't come with the standard with the machine. The next foot that I also use quite often is, of course, the big automatic buttonhole foot. So the automatic buttonhole foot is this one is luckily included with the machine. You get it when you buy the machine, but I discovered when I was watching for this video to see what kind of new fit they have, I realized that this foot is actually pretty expensive. I think I saw it for 90 euros. So it's something that I need to take care of and don't throw it just in the machine. Something that I found in the beginning really, really annoying, and for a while I didn't know what it was. If you, this cable, as you might know, if you have this machine, you need to stick it somewhere under the machine, and by that the machine will recognize that you have this presser foot on, and it's going to allow you to make the automatic buttonhole. But this little cable needs to come really good in the machine. I'm always putting it in and then give it just a little bit an extra push, not too hard of course, but that's really important, because if this is not good in, what you'll get when you start to sew your buttonhole, of course here the buttonhole foot is coming like this, but the problem is that when it's starting to sew, of course you are starting here with your arrow on this point, but if this cable, the sensor is not good in, the machine is going to see that you have this presser foot on, but it's not going to or it's not going to see good that you have the presser foot on, and it's just going to go and go and go and go, and it's not going to stop. So that's really annoying, but the fix is really actually really easy. Just be careful to stick this good in the machine and it's going to work fine. This presser foot is only making buttonholes 5 centimeters long, 50 millimeters. So if you need a buttonhole that is longer than that, And I do have a video here on my channel, I'm going to put a link in the description, about the buttonholes on the 720. You have the manual buttonhole foot, this one, and with this one, of course, this one is also included, also without IDT system in the back. But with this one, of course, you can make the buttonhole as long as you want. You know, if you have a fancy button or something like that and you'll need a bigger opening than 5 millimeters, you can always use this one. Okay. Another presser foot that I'm using a lot is this one. And this foot, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I did buy this separately because it's not included in the machine, is the one, or at least I cannot see it in the manual, I cannot remember, but this one I'm using mostly for stitching the ditch. If I really want to get between two seams, this bar here in the back is going, as you can see it, is going to fall exactly in the stitch of the seam. Let me see if I can find here something to show. Of course, I have here really busy fabric. So let's say that I want to stitch a facing, or let's see, I have this piece of fabric and I want to fold it, like it will be a binding, let's say. Here I have the seam between the two fabrics, two pieces of fabric, and if I want to stitch exactly in the seam, so for stitching the ditch, I can put the fabric in such a way that the blade of the presser foot is exactly in the ditch, in the seam, and then that I can move the needle to be exactly there. It's a really useful foot. I'm using it quite often. And yeah, as I said, it's a separate foot that you have to buy. This is another foot that I have, that I included in this video just because it's included in the machine, and I think it's a great one. They call it the blind hem foot, and this little thing should run exactly, the red thing should run exactly against the fold of your hem, and with this screw you can move it to left or right, and of course you can adjust your needle to stitch, to take just a little bit of the fold of the fabric, and then on the right is going to get a little bit more action. So let's see, I'm going to have to take another piece of fabric. So let's see, if you have your hem, let's say this is the hem, and you want to have a blind hem that you cannot see it, you fold a little bit of fabric to the back, like so, and then using this foot, of course this one has also the IDT option, you come with the red plastic exactly against the fold, and then the needle is going to catch just a little bit of the fabric here to the inside. Of course, the secret on the blind hem is always testing on how much you really need to have on that fold. The last foot that I want to show you, and this one is also included, and I have also a little brother or a little sister of it. This one, the transparent one, it came separately, but it's almost the same. This one is included with the machine because it's a Quilt Expression. Is supposed to be used a lot for quilting, and this is the 1/4 inch foot that is, again, it's coming with the machine, and normally it's getting used to put pieces of quilt together, piece of fabric together, and to be really accurate with hem allowances and stuff like that. But I'm using this one because it has, first of all, with this machine you get also the one hole stitch plate, the straight stitch plate that you can use, and in combination with this, if I'm using really fine fabrics, I have only a small hole here and a small hole in the plate, and that gives me a really great stability. And I like, because I like it because it has really, I can sew it with really small seam allowance. Here it has 6 millimeters from the needle to the edge, and from the needle to the inside edge is 3 millimeters. So it's very accurate. This one, I did bought it separately. It has also a lot of markings, but this one has also a blade, as you can see. And this one I can also use for stitching in the ditch and be very, very accurate. Again, this one is I bought it separately, but this one is included with the machine. They are both working really nice. This is the back, and they are both having the IDT option in the back. For the bonus fit, I'm going to start with the Teflon foot. This one actually, this one is not getting delivered standard with the machine, but I did get it in the gift set that I got when I bought the machine. But you can buy it also separately. And this one I'm using when I'm sewing with fabrics that they are a little bit difficult to fit. And lastly, I used it when I made a swimsuit, and I was using an elastic, that naked elastic, that rubber, that it really didn't want to fit correctly on the machine. So I used this Teflon foot and it worked really, really nice. As I said, this extra fit, I'm not using them a lot, but they are really doing the job in the moments that I really need them. So this is a Teflon foot. So the next foot that I want to share with you, and this is not the last one, I have one more, the coolest one, the newest one. This one is an universal zipper foot. It really costs almost nothing. I think, I don't know, only the foot, it was maybe 5 euros or something like that. So it's really, really cheap. But this one is a zipper foot that you need to put on the machine. You need to use the screw here to put it on, the screw. And it has here another screw in the back that it allows to move the foot to the right or to the left. And actually, let me see, because it's a little bit difficult. As you can see, it's moving to the right or to the left. What is great about this one is the fact that it has a really small foot here, sole in the down. So if you need to stitch something like a zipper, let's say, it's really great, because sometimes when I'm using the other one, what is happening, because the normal presser foot is a little bit wide here. As you can see, it's not fitting all the way on the zipper, and in this case it's not a big deal because I have only the zipper. But if you have also the fabric, and maybe you have 1 or 2 layers of fabric, it's not going to be even, and because it's falling for the half from the zipper tape, you can get stitches that are not really nice. But with this little one, it's really great because it's coming really close on the tape, and of course you can move it how far you want. It's a really great one, and actually it's really easy to use. I just need to unscrew this screw here, and then this little presser foot holder is coming out, and then I can put this one. It's really easy with this part here. The foot that I really want to show to you is this one. It's a new one. And probably you'll say, well, what is so special about this one? Or maybe you know it already. But I don't think it's really new. But it's the first time that I really paid attention to it. And the name of this foot, and I'm going to put a link to it, or at least the part number, they call it the B-level top stitch foot with IDT. And what it does, you can see it a little bit here in the picture. It has on the left side here, it has a little bit of an edge, and this one you can very easily run against a seam or something like that. You can see it here, it's really deep, or it's pretty deep, maybe it's 1 millimeter deep. and then you'll always have a really neat top stitching line. And I tried it and I really could not believe how nice it works. So it has the IDT opening here in the back, and as the rest of the presser fit, you just snap it on. And well, for normal sewing you can use, of course, the fancy foot, as I said. And I have here my fancy foot. This one is the one that is broken. So I'm just going to make a seam. Get the stitch length a bit. I'm just making a seam. Could be shorter. So let's say I have a seam in my denim. Here is my seam. This one is a stretch denim. Let's say I'm making my jeans. And I want to top stitch now. I'm going to put the fancy foot away, or my standard presser foot away. And I'm just going to snap on the, how do they call it? The B-level top stitch foot. And as I will normally do, I am going to press my seam to the one side. And of course, because I have the guide here on the left side, I need to take care that I'm top stitching in such a way that the bulk is going to come against that edge here inside. And I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit, and I really hope you can see it. So this is the bulk that is going to come against that opening, or that how should I say, that higher cut here on the left. So what I need to do, say I want to start top stitching, I'm just going to, I have here a little red mark, and I want to align the bulk with that line. And actually you feel it with your finger, and the foot will feel it where it is, and it's just going to start on the, it's going to run against that. So I'm going to, I can move my needle, of course, to have a really skinny top stitching edge there, just against the fold. And I have it now on mine on 2.5 to the left, and a stitch length 3. So let's see. And it's really great because I really don't pay attention to this. This is not pressed, but because of that thing, or that cut in the foot, I really don't need to do my best to keep this. So let's see. I have also a very bad position here, but this is how nice it is. And I hope, I need to zoom out a little bit, but this is really nice. And I really did not do anything. I did not even try to keep it on the place, because this fold, it was running against that cut in the foot. And if I want to top stitch it a few millimeters away to make a double stitch row, again I'm aligning this with the red point, and I'm just going to move the needle, I don't know, move it even more to the right. And now I really don't do anything. It's such a great foot. And I can see it, how that fold is, or that bulk is running against that little edge. Let's see. So with no effort at all, look how straight it is. This is really amazing. This is an amazing foot. I mean, this is going to elevate your top stitching skills to the top, like really. So again, the foot is called the B-level top stitch foot with IDT. Well, this is what I had to say about the presser fit for my Pfaff Quilt Expression 720. I really enjoy using this presser fit and I am not afraid to use them. And I think if you start to lose the fear and just use the presser fit that you have, you'll see that it's making the process really much easier. I still don't understand why they don't deliver also, or why they don't put with the standard with the machine also an invisible zipper. I think it could be really useful. And for the rest, yeah, I'm going to take a lot of care for my electronic buttonhole foot. As I said, it's really expensive. I didn't know that. And of course, I'm really happy with this new foot that I'm going to use a lot for top stitching. So with this being said, if you have any questions or I don't know, you need extra information and you like to hear it from me, please put a comment here under the video and I will do my best to answer to you. Please consider also subscribing to my channel, give me thumbs up if you like the video, share with your friends. I think there is a lot of useful information that you can share, my opinion. So thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you next time. Bye!